I tried not buying LEGO sets for 30 days. No sets, no minifigs, no exceptions. And I made it. Almost. And with that, let's talk a little bit about temptation, because at the end of the day, buying LEGO is simply buying more stuff, right? And in this day and age of blatant consumerism, resisting the urge to buy something doesn't necessarily feel like resisting temptation. It's not that grand. It just feels like a good decision, right? But the problem with collecting LEGO is you're not constantly fighting the need to buy something. You're fighting the feeling that you should, that you really should, that this is a great price, that this is the right moment, that you'll regret not doing it later. So coming from both my videos about A, having spent 10K on LEGO last year, the last one is the one with this thumbnail, and B, my white whales, the one with that thumbnail, links in the description, I wanted to test something. Not my budget, not my discipline, but my ability to say no to that feeling. So for 30 days, I wouldn't buy any LEGO. No loopholes, no just this one, nothing. And at first that was easy. It was too easy. There was no pressure because there were no great deals and there was no real temptation. But temptation, it doesn't show up immediately, right? It builds quietly. The first real test came from Amazon via the excellent Stone Wars newsletter. Honestly, if you live in Europe, subscribe to it. I'll leave a link in the description. I think it's awesome. And I just say that as a user, right? I'm not an affiliate. And I wasn't trying to buy anything on Amazon. I was just scrolling, browsing, window shopping, if you will. And then I saw it. The set that would, close the gap in the collection. You see, my girlfriend and I, we have been collecting the buildable Star Wars droids. 3PO, R2, BB-8, and K2SO was the latest edition. But I missed one, and Amazon had it. That's right, the buildable chopper for just $64.90. This wasn't just a good price. This was the lowest price it had ever been. And that kind of sort of changes everything. Because now it's not, do I want this? It's, when am I ever going to see this price again? And right next to it, I found Ahsoka's TIE Interceptor for €28.04. And now it's not just one decision anymore. Now it's, well, if I get both, and this is how temptation actually works, right? Not as an impulse, but as logic. And I didn't buy them, but this was the first time I actually had to actively say no. And not gonna lie, I'm contemplating whether or not I made the right call right now. But then came the real problem, Willhaben, the little Austrian seductress. Because marketplace deals, they are created different, right? They are not just really, really good sometimes. They're also kind of temporary. And it started with this one, the Vampire Castle from the Monster Fighters line for €160. One of my white whales right there, within reach. And then the UCS Y-Wing for €279, a serious collector set that I just vibe with. I don't know what it is, but I really like the look of this ship. And here it is at a price that makes you stop and think. But then it gets worse. How about this Creator Expert Ford Mustang for just €99? And I love this car. I love this line of cool cars. It's now in Icons. Recently, there was a Shelby Cobra that's tempting. Soon, there will be the Jurassic Park Jeep. And I wanted this Ford Mustang set ever since I saw a picture of the backside of the box. Do you see this engine? This is awesome. Such an iconic car. It's such a very good price. And I'm not even a car guy. And what do I see next? Brickhead's The Flash for 13, Brickhead's Wonder Woman for 18, and now it's sitting in my DC collection. And then there's, oh, the Batman cowl I missed out on for €59, because of course there is. And now it's not even subtle anymore. Now it's targeting exactly what I collect. And because this is a really small country with a limited amount of LEGO resellers and really short travel times, now fate steps in and slaps me in the face. Because it's all from the same seller, right? Multiple sets, 1 hour away, all new, all tempting. Now, it's not just one decision, it's a trip. Yeah, it's a bundle, it's a story you can justify, not just for yourself, but maybe even in front of other people. And this is where temptation peaks, right? Because now you're not asking, do I want this? You're asking, how can I justify not going? And this was the closest I got to breaking, because this, it wasn't abstract, right? It was very real. It wasn't even online. This was a 1 hour drive. Multiple cool sets at a great price, all within reach. And this is where most purchases happen, not because you need something, but because it feels like an opportunity that you'll never get again. And I didn't go, but it was close. And then I broke, but not in the way you would expect. Look at this baby dinosaur Dolores, right? €14.11. This one was a gift for my girlfriend. And I quickly need to show you this in real life because there's something I saw while editing that was kind of crazy. So you see the box, right? Pretty standard box. He's pretty cute. I like this dinosaur a lot. Actually, it was my favorite part of the entire movie, which was a really bad movie. I've never seen Scarlett Johansson act that horribly before. Everything about it is just garbage. Don't watch that movie. Regardless, there's a lot of... You know what? No, I need to rant about this horrible movie a little bit longer because it was such a waste of time. I can't believe it. I wanted to love this. I wanted to get back into LEGO Jurassic Park, justify buying more stuff, buying more cool dinosaurs, because the dinosaurs are cool, all of them, all of the time. The actual ones that existed, not the made-up ones. Why did you feel the need to make up a mutant Distortus Rex, a dinosaur with 6 limbs? That's bullshit. How did that ever pass any kind of quality control? I'm beside myself. And on top of that, of course, all of it is freaking CGI. There's no actual puppets, no mechatronics, the way it used to be back in the good old days. I rewatched all of the other Jurassic Park movies recently. They're awesome. And why are they awesome? They don't rely on CGI. They use it for wide shots when it's necessary, but up close, you can just build a puppet. Build more puppets. What the hell is up with that? I checked online, other people, are of the same opinion. It's a very mixed review kind of thing. This doesn't add anything to Jurassic Park. It's completely unnecessary. It doesn't evolve the story. It doesn't evolve anything. And the actors somebody said the family really ruined it for me. Yeah, the family sucks. Scarlett Johansson sucks. All of her freaking mercenary friends suck. There's nothing in there that makes you want to go, oh, well, I sure wish there will be another Jurassic World movie. No. There won't be. This is nonsense. Get rid of... No, stop. Stop making these movies. No. I can't. I don't want to watch any of that anymore. This is just bad stuff. Stop it. And then, while you're at it, bury the theme, LEGO. Don't do anything for them anymore. They clearly don't care. They don't deserve a regular set or regular sets, regular waves all the time. Do more LEGO Batman. There's a new Batman movie coming. Robert Pattinson says it's gonna be really good. And I'm inclined to believe him. Do more on that. Bury this. This is garbage. But back to the other guy. Stuff going on in this box in the background, right? There's this dinosaur over here, there's a couple of plants, and then there are these eggshells. And down here in the bottom it says, eggshells not included, which I find interesting because this dinosaur is also not included. Why do they often do this? Is this a new thing? I have never seen this before. I'm sure they sometimes put in things like this and that is not included, but the eggshells? Who would want these eggshells? They're not even cool looking. That's weird. But yeah, she hasn't built it obviously yet, but looking forward to have that in the collection and have that on display somewhere. I really think this is a cool little build. It's my favorite of the, I think it was 3 little buildable baby dinosaurs. There was a T-Rex as well, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, back to your regularly scheduled content, I guess. So now the rule isn't broken, it's flexible, right? Because technically this doesn't count, right? And then came the real break. What? I'm only human, and eBay can be just as tempting. I found this, the Superboy minifigure from the Target exclusive cube, another whale. And this one was different, because it wasn't just about temptation. This one, I felt like, was a really good deal. They wanted 140 euros, and the full cube is much more expensive. That's the kind of deal you don't see often, the kind of deal that feels like a mistake to pass on. And that's what makes it dangerous. Because now you're not buying something you want. You're avoiding a future regret. At least, that's what you tell yourself. That's what I told myself. Along with, don't be stupid, just lowball them. So I offered up 100, and they accepted. Look at my boy. Now I just need to find something to do with him. Obviously I want to somewhat display him. I now own a 100 euro minifigure, probably more. And I probably should build like a cool diorama for him. But before you type down, please show us the LEGO logo on the neck. Here you go. Let's see whether or not you can actually see that. Can you? Yeah, I think there it is. So it is authentic. And it's really cool. Also has a cool alternate face. I really like this minifig. I'm glad I have him. I'll just need to figure out what to do with them. So what did I learn from this entire charade? Not buying Lego for 30 days isn't so much about discipline. It's about awareness, because the hardest purchases to resist, they aren't the expensive ones. They're the reasonable ones, the good deals, the, you know what, this is actually worth it, the I'll regret not getting this later. Because if you think back, we said every white whale starts like this, right? A deal you almost took, a set you didn't need at the time, a moment you thought would come again. And sometimes it just doesn't. I messaged the seller who lives nearby and he told me he already sold the Flash. Also, he turned out to be quite an asshole, so I'm kind of glad I didn't go. I also found the Ford Mustang at a cheaper price without me having to go somewhere. So, I mean, I guess sometimes this works out. But now I want to know, have you ever tried this? Have you ever actively tried to stop buying yourself from buying Lego? And what's the closest you've come to breaking? What's the deal you couldn't pass up? Tell me down there, sub while you're at it, and hit that bell so you'll never miss any Lego video essay ever again. I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.
Welcome to my ant car. This is just a hangout. Yeah, I'm a crank that shit. Bro, that's so damn loud. It's nothing but a little intermission. Enjoy these soothing bars of utter indecision. Buddy people, you can trust me. It's an ant card. I know all those fire jokes and get you saying hard. It's an ant card. This shit ain't some voodoo, bro. I know you want to stay, but it's time for you to go.